Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Welcome to the Dhammapada program. This is the verse number 53 of the Puppa Vagga, chapter 4. Yatahapi Puppa Rasimma Kaira Mala Gune Bahu. Evan Yatena Machena Kattabbang Kusalam Bahum. Just like a one who make many garlands out of heap of flowers, even so, those who are born, they should do good things as we are bound for death. Therefore, as we are one day going to face death, we do not know when, but as dying people, we must do good things so that we will be able to leave this world happily, with a smile on our face. There's a nice story behind this. A lady disciple, Visakha, of the daughter of Dhananjaya Sethi and Sumana Devi, a wealthy person. Sethi means a very wealthy person. And they were from the Bhadya province in India. Bhadya province in India. Dhananjaya was a very wealthy person. When Visakha was very young, Buddha visited this province called Bhadya province. On that occasion, Mandaka, another wealthy man, went to visit the Buddha together with Visakha. After hearing the doctrinal matters, Visakha, a grandfather, and all companions who went there to visit the Buddha attained the first stage of the enlightenment, which is called Sotapanna, at a very young age. When Visakha came of age, she married Punnavardhan, the son of Migara, a rich man in Savatthi. Because all they were rich, wealthy, so they got married also to wealthy people. On the day of her marriage, her father, Visakha's father, Dhananjaya Sethi, a wealthy man, gave Visakha 10 admonitions to observe as a dutiful wife. These are very important even for today and even for the future generations to come. These admonitions are very important. Let me explain you one by one. First, the father's advice to the daughter Visakha. First one is, do not carry the indoor fire outside. Fire here is slandering. The wife should not speak ill of her husband and parents-in-law to others. neither should their shortcomings, no household quarrels be reported elsewhere. So what is inside must be kept secret inside, because there is no point of repeating to others. So this is a very good advice. The father advised the daughter Visakha, do not carry the indoor fire outside. The fire here is slandering. The second is, do not carry the outdoor fire inside. A wife should not listen to the reports and stories of other households, because there are a lot of people who look around to make up stories. So this is very important. Do not carry outdoor fire inside, and do not carry the indoor fire outside. Two important things. Then third, give only to those that give or return. Things should be lent only to those who return them. We do not get involved in business, so we do not know this lending and borrowing. So anyway, it is a good advice. Give only to those, give or return. Things should not be lent for those who do not return. So things should be lent only to those who return them. And the fourth, do not give to those that do not give. Return. Things should not be lent to those who do not return them. So that the fifth. And fifth is, give both to those that give and do not give. Very important. Give both to those that give and do not give. That means poor relatives and friends should be helped even if they do not repay. How human. Nice advice. That means don't do business with the poor people and lend them money and get with interest. Don't do that. So it should be help even if they do not repay. Six is, sit happily. This deals with the modesty of a woman, and her respect should be shown to elders, like parents-in-law. She should stand and not remain sitting on seeing her elders. Something that we learn from our childhood, and we cherish those advices and we do that. It's a common thing. Sometimes the teachers come, sometimes children, when the parents come, sometimes children, they do not care and do not pay respect to the elders and teachers. It's a great mistake. Parents fail to teach these noble qualities to the children. It's a great mistake. When we were a child, we are taught all these noble things, and it's a part of our life. It is in our blood to respect elders, teachers, parents, and we enjoy it. We are proud of that qualities. So it's good to tell others, teach others. Let your children learn these noble things so that they will be good children. So respect them. Parents, elders is a great thing. The seventh, eat happily. Before taking her meal, she should first see to the needs of her husband and the parents-in-law. If there are servants, they should be well cared for. You see, how nice. It's a noble thing. 2, see the needs of a husband and a parents-in-law. If they are servants, they should be also well cared for. These noble things in some parts of the world is ignored. People talk about equality. Why should I give him first? Why should I wash his cup of tea? Why should I wash his plates? It's not a kind of what you call that inferiority things. It's not something bad. It's a great thing. You become a superior person by doing all these things. If you are suffering from inferiority complex, you will not attend to these needs. It's very important to practice these noble things, the good things, good manners. Then sleep happily. Before sleeping, a wife should see that all the doors are locked, servants have performed their duties, and parents-in-law and husband have gone to bed. Sometimes some may question, wow, what a slave. Why should I do? Why my husband doesn't do it? No. These are good qualities. Don't think that if a woman feels that, why should I do this? I feel I am a servant. No. These are good, noble things. Let me tell you one thing. A former British Prime Minister, Madam Margaret Thatcher, one day she said, it was reported in the newspaper, Daily Mirror, if I remember it, when I am the Prime Minister of England, but at home I'm the wife of my husband. So I have to do my duty as a husband, wife, towards husband. Every day I make a cup of tea and I hand it over to my husband. I'm just a wife. I'm a Prime Minister of Britain, but at home I'm a wife. This is the duty of wife. And I enjoy doing this. And that's how we remain peaceful, joyful, and it's a great thing to maintain these noble things so that it will help a lot to be a happy married family life. To have a happy married family life, these things are very important. That was said by former British Prime Minister, Madam Margaret Thatcher, an honorable lady. You see? So don't think that if a woman is doing this, don't think that I'm a servant of my husband. No. These are really a noble manners. Then comes the 9. Tend the fire. Tend the fire. That means husband and parents-in-law should be regarded as fire. She has to deal with them very carefully. Very carefully. Do your duties toward them. Maintain respect, dignity as a daughter-in-law. And it is a most important thing to have a peaceful family life. Tenth, respect the household divinities. Husband and parents-in-law should be regarded as divinities. They are the important person for her. By respecting and regarding them as divinities, you also become divine person. So you see how these noble qualities lift your position and how it will help you to maintain a happy family life. So these are the 10 advices given by the Dhananjaya Setti, a wealthy father of Visakha, a great Buddhist lady who became later a great Buddhist lady. Visakha is a very well-known household name in the Buddhist world even today. And there are many stories pertaining to Visakha. One day, while Migara was having his meal, a monk stopped for alms at his house, but Migara ignored the monk. Visakha, seeing this, told the monk, Bhante is a form of address to any monk. Bhante means reverend. Very sorry, my father-in-law only eats stale food. On hearing this, Migara was very angry and ordered her to leave the house. Visakha ignored the order. Instead, she summoned the 8 elders to solve this problem. When the elders came, Migara told them, while I was having my food in a golden plate, Visakha said that I was eating stale food. For this wrong action, remarks, I am sending her away. Then Visakha explained, when I saw my father-in-law ignoring the monks standing for food, I thought to myself that since my father-in-law was not doing any meritorious deed in this life, he was only eating the fruits of his past good deeds. So I said, my father-in-law only eating the fruits of his past good deeds. So I said, my father-in-law only eats stale food. Now, sirs, she's addressing the elders. What do you think? Am I guilty? Then the elders decided that Visakha was not at fault. She was not at fault. Visakha then announced that she had an unshakable faith in the teachings of the Buddha. So I cannot stay without welcoming monks. If I am not given the permission to invite the monks for food, I would like to leave the house. Therefore, Migara granted her all request of Visakha. You see? So that's why this verse explains the human beings should not avoid meritorious deeds. They should do meritorious deeds again and again. The expert garland maker is clever enough to collect beautiful flowers from the heap of flowers and makes many garlands from a collection of flowers. In this way, human beings should collect meritorious energies. Punya we call in Pali language. Wholesome energies, kusala sakti, energy, kusala, wholesome energies, in order to lead a happy life in this existence and the life after death. If we miss this great chance, who knows when the next chance would come? According to Buddhism, having a birth as a human being is a wonderful chance as a result of previous merits. Therefore, we should be intelligent enough to realize the hazardous cycle of recurrent births and deaths. We need immeasurable and incalculable meritorious energies to be born in happy states. The millions of people without food, without access to medication, to pure water, to shelter, not having enough clothes, not proper clothes. Question yourself, if you are abundant with these things, if you have enough of these things, if you have plenty of these things, don't eat alone. Share with the needy. That's a great meritorious deed. What Visakha was telling her father-in-law, if I am not permitted to do good deeds, then I will leave this house. The priority should be always to do good and be good. May you all be well and happy.